Biff, the press conference and the coaches show are both today? Neil Brown? It's on the sheet. That's not usual, but maybe they've rearranged things this week. I don't know. At noon, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. I just didn't think they were usually on the same day. That would be a good reason for it. Yep. Yep. That makes sense. Okay.
Ohio News Network.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Tuesday. Intervals of clouds and sunshine with a daytime high near 40 degrees, the overnight low of 28 degrees under partly cloudy skies. You'll see clouds and sunshine mixing for a mild Wednesday with highs in the lower 50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hey, do you want an espresso?
A what?
An espresso.
What is this?
It's like coffee.
On steroids.
It's coffee.
On steroids.
Why would I want that?
For those of you waking up early, you might just need that extra jolt.
It is National Espresso Day today.
National Espresso Day.
Espresso? Espresso?
Some days you need it, right?
Let's start the show. On air, online, on demand, and on video. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
I have one thing to say about espresso, Biff.
Not a fan?
I don't, I'm an old guy. We all know that. I don't understand why we can't just have coffee, I mean, I just want coffee. I don't want espresso or cappuccino or frothy, wathy, hussy, possy. I just want coffee, right? Coffee. So, I'm not big on National Espresso Day. Espresso is super, super strong, right? It's a super strong coffee. You don't take your coffee that strong, do you, Biff?
Not that strong. I mean, if I go through a drive-through like in the morning and they ask for cream and sugar, it's usually 2 cream and 2 sugar, just a little, just enough to give it a little bit of flavor. I mean, I don't need it overpowering. I just need a little bit of that extra in there. That's all.
Yeah, I don't even really care about. I don't like Starbucks even. It's too strong for me. I just want coffee. A nice, good cup of coffee. All right, just a little comment there on National Espresso Day. 26 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. 23 degrees still here at my home studios. 25 degrees here at my home studios. And 25 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. We're looking at the feels like temperature being around 16 degrees. So it's still a very cold morning. It is going to be a cold and sunny day today. So only up to around 38 for the high, but sunshine will be in the forecast for the day. So you can at least enjoy the sunshine. Let's see, what are we talking about today? Ohio County School Board has extended their mask mandate for students until at least after the first of the year. A Moundsville Christmas parade float has caused a big social media tizzy. Just like, oh God, I can hardly take this stuff anymore. It was a haunted house that they had for parade. Was in the parade. They had a float in the parade. Moundsville parade. They had one in Wheeling too, but nobody seemed to care about that. And Krampus, the old German Christmas devil, if you will, was in the parade. It's like, oh, come on, really? And it got people all upset. Oh my God, why do we have to have this kind of stuff in a parade? Jeez, people, lighten up, lighten up. Of course, why should I tell people in the Ohio Valley to lighten up? The Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC, is all distressed because Big Bird, who was a puppet, got a vaccine and is doing the government business. So CPAC has said they're banning the Muppets from their meeting. I don't think the Muppets want to go, but they are. Our national correspondent, Tom Squitieri, was with us this morning. He had been on an international trip with the Defense Secretary. He was briefing us on that and also on a couple of interesting outer space issues. One is tomorrow, the NASA will actually send out a rocket ship to crash into an asteroid to drive it off path, which sounds to me like a movie I think I saw once. And meanwhile, China is using a hypersonic missile fired from a moving vehicle, which we are not even close to being able to do. So some of the things we talked about with Tom last hour. Longtime physician, hospital administrator, community leader Don Hoffreiter has passed away at the age of 89. Great guy, great doc. He was my doc for much of my life until he became administrator. When I was a wee little one, he was still coming to the house with his black bag. That's what a great guy he was. May he rest in peace. And more Thanksgiving turkeys to give away today in our annual on-air turkey shoot, plus who's open and who's not on Thanksgiving. We've got some Thanksgiving conversations to get to coming up in just a bit here on the show. But we're going to shift our gears back to the Build Back Better bill. It is pending now in the Senate. I think it's tenuously pending, but a number of groups are lobbying hard to try to get enough votes to pass Build Back Better. One of the problems, I think, is that the general public doesn't fully understand the bill. We don't really know exactly what's in it. We have heard little bits and pieces and talking points and bumper sticker items, but what really is in it? And so I wanted to take some time to break it down into different areas to talk about the Build Back Better bill. Roy Bozinski is with us, who is the Domestic Federal Policy Director for Save the Children. And I wanted to talk today about the impact of Build Back Better on the children. Roy, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So there's a lot of things in this bill, and I'm not going to try and get into everything today. I just want to talk about, from the Save the Children's perspective, the different ways it affects children. I'll let you tell us the things you think are important, but let me start with the one thing that we've talked about a lot here, which is the child care tax credit, essentially, which is hopefully going to be expanded and be more available, right?
Yes. So there, right, as you said, there are lots of different provisions in this bill. We definitely can't cover everything that's in there. But yes, there is a one-year extension of the child tax credit. So basically money for families for having a child. The family can use it however they see fit. But, we've seen a great reduction in poverty in the U.S. Thanks to this influx of money. So yeah, the child tax credit is one of many things that we do care about.
One of the things I've been talking about on the show with the child care tax credit is that we're actually seeing results. I mean, it's implemented now on a temporary basis, and we have been actually raising some families out of poverty, or at least close to getting out of poverty. It has been a huge boon to a lot of families. I mean, we've got statistics to show that this is working. Would it not make sense then to allow it to keep on working? And I think that's really important.
Totally agree. Yes, there are statistics that this money is working. It is raising families out of poverty, and there are a number of other things in this bill that would help to alleviate the crushing costs that many families are experiencing right now. There is direct money for child care expenses. There is funding for nutrition programs. So lots of ways that this bill looks to, put money in the pockets of families or helps them save money for a lot of the expenses that they normally have during the year.
Well, let's talk about child care. It is an often ignored problem for folks who have low or moderate income. Why don't you go out and get a job? I got kids to take care of. Well, go, give them to a family member. Well, I don't have anybody around. Well, then send them to child care. Well, child care is not cheap. I mean, at least any kind of quality child care is not cheap. So this bill expands the opportunity for child care, correct?
Yes, that is correct. In West Virginia, the average family spends about $6,000 a year on child care. And this bill would really help families. That's about 22% of the average family's income in West Virginia. And so the way that this bill would work, it would cap child care expenses at no more than 7% of a family's income. In West Virginia, and it gets a little tricky. It's a sliding scale, so based upon how much you earn, they would cap how much you pay for child care. So a family of three earning less than $50,000 a year in West Virginia would pay nothing for child care. And then it kind of goes up from there, around $190,000 a year, you pay no more than 7% of your income, and then it's kind of like a step-up system in between those numbers. But yes, this is going to do a lot for families trying to afford childcare. It's also going to expand access to childcare, helping new facilities to start up, helping current providers to expand, because you're right, the pandemic has kind of really heightened the importance of childcare. Whether you were trying to work from home or you were looking for a new job, if you don't have a place to send your kids that you think is safe and appropriate for them, you can't go back to work. You can't do your job well. And so this funding is going to help parents afford it, but also help them be able to access care in their area.
You make a good point. First, there is the issue of simply being able to pay for child care. Secondly, though, is being able to find good child care. And child care facilities are very limited in many areas, including ours. So this will help to create more opportunities for additional child care facilities to be created.
Yes, exactly. It will do that, and it will also, one of the big problems besides facilities is just having enough, teachers and educators to work at those child care centers. And so there is money in this bill also to help provide additional professional development and training opportunities for those teachers, so that, as you said earlier, it's not just putting children in a place just to have them there, but it's actually a quality place where the teachers and instructors can help those children grow, socially, emotionally, academically. It's going to be hopefully great.
One of the things that the Build Back Better bill does, which actually we're already doing in West Virginia, is a universal pre-K program, and that will expand the access across the country to pre-K.
Yes, so there is a good amount of money in there for universal pre-K. So proud of West Virginia for the work that they've done to already provide this access. They do expect that this legislation would help about an additional 30,000 West Virginia children ages 3 and 4 to be able to access universal pre-K. And hopefully with this funding, the federal government will be able to provide a little bit of that money to West Virginia to provide the pre-K program that they're already doing, and then free up West Virginia money to do other things, invest in other areas of the state. So I think it's a win-win for everyone involved.
One of the problems that a lot of kids have, and we've talked about it a bit on this show, when we had a teacher strike here in West Virginia, the kids began to feel nutritionally deprived. There are a lot of families that don't provide good nutrition in the home. This expands the access to child nutrition programs, right?
Yes, that is correct. So in two ways, it actually provides additional meals during the school year. So the numbers are, about 38,000 students in West Virginia would have access to school meals on top of the students who already get them. And then in addition, it provides funding, debit cards during the summer. Because summer is a time where students and children really do struggle. They don't have access to the meals they normally get at school. And so, again, early estimates are that over 200,000 children in West Virginia would have access to summer food that they're not currently getting. And, that would be, again, an electronic debit card to use at the grocery store or other places that sell, food for those children to find meals during the summer.
And we know, statistically, research-wise, we know that child nutrition, a properly fed child does better in school. It's directly linked to education as well. So providing more meals, providing meals during the summertime, during the off times, if you will, is in the end, it's an educational issue. It's not just a nutritional issue; it's an educational issue too.
Oh, you're 100% correct. Yes, having a nutritious diet early in life, it gets kids ready to eat healthy the rest of their lives. It gets them ready to learn and to be active. I'm sure your listeners can appreciate, on days where I miss lunch or have lunch late, I can feel myself, struggling to get work done, to focus on things. And so just, imagine how much worse it is for a kid whose body is growing and they're developing, to sit down and focus, whether in school or during the summer, trying to play with their friends. If they have an empty stomach, it's really hard. And so this will go a long way to making sure those kids are better off and ready to tackle the world.
And without trying to be funny, if I miss a meal, okay, I miss a meal and I do find myself lodgy and not have a hard time thinking in the afternoon or whatever. But these kids often miss many meals. It's not like they just had to skip lunch one day. This is for many kids, an ongoing problem, a long-term problem. So child nutrition to me and these meal programs are vital, absolutely vital. So what am I missing? Well, let's talk about, let me just ask you this though, Roy. Do you think this bill is going to pass? We've got to talk about the politics of it for a second here.
Sure.
There's a lot of objection to it.
Oh no, sorry. I feel, yes, there are objections. I think anybody who follows this at all knows that there are a few senators, I think Senator Manchin in particular, who are very concerned about some of the things in this bill, making sure that the money is well spent, making sure it's targeted to families and issues that need the funding. I think there's still a ways to go. What the House passed last week, which is fantastic. I think we will see some changes, but I think that these issues that we're talking about are just so important. I do believe that Senator Manchin understands and recognizes the importance of child care, of child nutrition programs. And so I know that, while some of these other things, there are other provisions in this bill that may change. I'm convinced that Senator Manchin does support these issues and will do all he can to make sure that, West Virginia families and families in the U.S. are provided for and can provide for their families.
But one of the phrases Senator Manchin uses frequently is he thinks a lot of these programs for children, and in general, these programs, should be means tested. That we don't necessarily want to expand the child care tax credit for everybody, only for those, quote, who need it. I don't know exactly what that means, but for those who need it. Or the other programs should be means tested. That certainly is not, I don't think, what a lot of the folks who have been supporting this bill are aiming for.
Well, again, it does depend. I would say that the child care piece in particular is means tested. It provides different levels of support for families depending on their income, and so it does take into account what a family is earning. And so I think that's built into some of the pieces of this bill already. I don't want to speak for Senator Manchin. I know he has said that before, and I'm not sure all the programs that he's looking at, but I would say at least for the child care piece, that is already the way this bill is structured.
Some folks suggest, I think even maybe Senator Manchin, although I could be wrong about that. I think some folks have suggested that maybe this bill ought to be done a little bit more piecemeal, that maybe the child issues should come out and be taken as a separate item as opposed to this large scale, $1.75 trillion bill. Maybe there's too much being bitten off at one time for political passage. Thoughts on that?
A couple thoughts. I think one is, the way that they're trying to do this right now through reconciliation, you only can do reconciliation once, maybe twice a year. And so if you're serious about getting this done through this process, then you kind of have to do it all at once. I think, unfortunately, D.C., no matter who's in charge, Democrats or Republicans, things don't really get done in a midterm election year. And so as we head into 2022 and folks start to look to their reelection in Congress, things tend to slow down, and we don't see as big legislative changes as we would like. And so, unfortunately, because of how things have been working in Congress the past decade or two, this really is the way things get done, that everyone kind of needs something that they can sell back to their constituency. And so by putting everything in one bill, folks can pick and choose the things that they think are best for their district and their constituents. And so, I agree. Probably not the best way to legislate, but it is kind of the method right now. And so we'll go with it if it makes a difference in the lives of kids.
Yeah, it is what we have, for better or ill. All right, Roy, I appreciate your helping us understand a bit more about the child aspect, the child concern aspect of this bill. It is, I think, an important bill. I'm not overly optimistic about its political chances, but maybe it will succeed. I would like to think so. I appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for your efforts, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Everyone have a good day. It is almost 9:30 here on the Watchdog Morning Show, and Roy Krobałzinski is the Director of Federal Domestic Policy for the Save the Children Foundation. Those are folks who are concerned about children, obviously, and the impact of the Build Back Better Act on children. We'll talk about some of the other aspects of it, probably not this week, but next week. We'll get into some of the more. This stuff is not really controversial to me. I think this stuff all makes perfect sense, but there are a lot more controversial things in there that some folks are not happy with, and we'll talk a bit about that in later days. It's 9:30 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Let's swing on over to Metro News for Ohio Valley headlines, and then we'll check in with Billy D. He's got our morning sports report got some holiday conversation to contend with in the next half hour of the show, and then we'll turn things over to Hoppy at 10. But before that, we'll be checking in with Bob Westfall from the Big 7. Here on the Watchdog Morning Show, it's 9:31.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Carrie Hudaseka. Court.
Okay, this time you can come back with the Thanksgiving song, Biff, or jingle, or parody, or whatever.
Consensus among us that if we can come to a agreement, that we would announce it on Wednesday.
Stevens announced he'll retire December 1st amid an independent investigation regarding complaints against him. Barriers have been removed from an 8-mile stretch of the West Virginia Turnpike near Beckley as thousands of drivers begin to hit the road for the Thanksgiving holiday. The project includes the addition of one northbound and one southbound lane, giving 3 lanes in each direction for the busiest stretch. And we'll see what the official state Christmas ornament looks like today when First Lady Kathy Justice unveils this year's limited edition pieces during an event this afternoon at the State Culture Center. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. The ropes will drop this Thanksgiving Day at Snowshoe Mountain Resort. Spokesman Sean Castle says they plan to welcome hundreds of skiers, offering plenty of snow-packed slopes and a warm meal.
We're excited. We will also have some Thanksgiving stuff going on up here. If you like Thanksgiving food but don't like to do the cooking or the cleaning, we've got you covered. So you can come ski and then eat some turkey and then go ski some more.
Some COVID-19 protocols will remain in place, including capacity limits on ski lifts. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
Another road win for the Pittsburgh Penguins. How about 3-0 on the road? They beat Winnipeg. 3-1 was a fine over the Jets. Let's hear from head coach of the Penguins, Mike Sullivan.
We got on our heels a little bit in the first period. Give them credit. They come out hard on their toes, and they're a talented team. But I thought we did a pretty good job just grabbing a hold of ourselves, trying to turn the momentum a little bit, just simplifying the game.
How about goaltender Tristan Jarry? 70 saves on the night. Pittsburgh improves to 8-6-4. Will host the Vancouver Canucks Wednesday night. Yes, a home game coming up for the Penguins. Monday Night Football, in case you missed it, Tampa Bay snapped a 2-game losing streak, beating the New York Giants 30-10. Tom Brady threw for 307 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That Bronco always comes down to big plays. Caught another few big plays too. Mike made a big one. Chris made a bunch of big ones. A missed Cam on the touchdown there at the end. So we left some out there. Wish we'd have had the other one before the half.
Brady's Buccaneers improved to 7-3. How about those awful New York Giants? They have lost 10 straight games in prime time. A sad note in sports, former Major League Baseball relief ace Doug Jones passed away at the age of 64. Mr. Jones was an excellent relief pitcher, spent 7 years with the Cleveland Indians. By the way, as a Major League Baseball relief specialist, he was an all-star 5 times. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
Hi, it's Howard Monroe. When you join Brad Leonard and me weekday mornings from 7 to 10 for the Watchdog Morning Show, we'll have all the top stories of the day. We'll go behind the scenes with some informative guests giving you some interesting information. And, of course, some off-the-wall, off-the-beaten-path kind of issues and stories that you may not hear in the top headlines. Plus, your news, your sports, your weather. Zach Petty, Bill DeFabio, Tony Caridi. We're just your morning breakfast club, getting together and chewing the fat. Hope you'll join us weekday, 7 to 10. The Watchdog Morning Show, right here.
Technology can be challenging for business leaders, but Omni Strategic Technologies enables your business to perform without limits. They're the only IT company the Watchdog trusts. Omni offers IT managed services, cybersecurity and advisory solutions, backup and disaster recovery, and can handle all your hardware needs. If your business is faced with any technology challenges, the answer is simple. Call Omni Strategic Technologies at 304-242-7600 or visit them at www.omniperforms.com.
My son is not some statistic.
My daughter's not a headline. My girl, she's not someone's agenda.
What she
is
irreplaceable. COVID hospitalizations of young people have
tripled since the start of summer. So I talked to my daughter's doctor about COVID vaccines.
And she said they're highly effective in preventing hospitalizations and deaths, even from the Delta variant.
We can do this. Find vaccines near you at vaccines.gov, paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Do you enjoy sports betting or fantasy sports? If so, know that gambling's not a way to earn your income. BeforeYouBet.org helps keep gambling fun and assesses your risk for problem gambling. Be the fan with a plan this season and take our quiz at beforeyoubet.org.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at onnradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The law office of Paul Harris wants you to know you aren't alone. Do you need someone that's not afraid to go to trial and fight for your rights? Attorney Paul Harris and his team are willing to go where most firms are not. The courtroom. With a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
Toyota-thon is on, and Toyota's full lineup of four-wheel and all-wheel drive vehicles combine our legendary reliability with the safety and handling necessary to take on any terrain, element, or adventure that comes your way. And with 12 available models, including Camry, Venza, and the all-new Corolla Cross, there's a style for everyone. Visit buyatoyota.com for the latest offers and to find a dealer near you. Toyota, your four-wheel and all-wheel drive specialists. Let's go places.
The Highlands Event Center is the area's premier destination for conferences, workshops, employment fairs, weddings, and more. With 4,000 square feet of space, the Highland Event Center can accommodate events large and small. Situated in the heart of the Highlands, guests can enjoy the many restaurants, retail stores, entertainment, and lodging options. To check out everything the Highlands Event Center has to offer, head to thehighlandseventcenter.com or call 833-639-7070.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts. You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog.
It's your turn to talk. From politics to pet peeves, get it off your chest and on the air. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Well, I don't know why I came here today. I just smile real big and then go away. These dinners with the family aren't great. One year I somehow got hit by a plate. Aunts to the left of me, uncles to the right. Here I am, spending Thanksgiving with you. Being here is the best I could do. Everybody's drinking way too much booze. But my cousins are starting to fight, and neither one of them's what you'd call bright. Sisters to the left of me, drunk bro on my right. Here I am, spending Thanksgiving with you.
You do not talk to me like that. You don't talk to me like that.
Yes, indeed. Spending Thanksgiving with you. Well, actually, not with you. Biff and I are off on Thanksgiving, but many people will be celebrating Thanksgiving with their relatives, trying to figure out, in some cases, how do we not talk about politics or the vaccine or Big Bird or Krampus or Christmas parade floats or, they're probably the best thing to stick to. Well, maybe not, come to think of it. Especially the best thing to stick to during holiday conversation might just be football. But that can break out into fights too sometimes.
Well, especially if the early game is the Lions and the Bears, and the Lions have yet to win a game this year. Although the way the Bears have been playing, that could get interesting. The basketball team, the Bulls, they played last night and they were getting beat by, I think, 25 in the fourth quarter. It was about 3 minutes to go. And this is how bad Chicago fans have turned on the football team. The crowd at the Bulls game literally started a Fire Nagy. That's the head coach of the Bears, Matt Nagy. They literally started a Fire Nagy chant during the fourth quarter last night of the basketball game.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah, like I said, about 3 minutes in, if you see the clip, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, the play's going on, and you hear the crowd chanting Fire Nagy in the background. It was funny. So, yeah.
You sure they weren't saying, let's go, Brandon?
No, it was definitely Fire Nagy. Yeah, they are not happy with the coach and the football team at this moment. So, yeah, that's how bad things have gotten in Chicago for the sports teams.
So let me see. So avoid politics at your dinner table. Don't talk about the vaccine or masks. And don't talk about sports. I think your best bet is just keep on saying, pass the turkey.
Yes.
Pass the turkey.
Pass the stuffing.
Turkey is good. I mean, all good stuffing. Just stick to the food and you'll probably be okay. Until somebody says, I don't know why you made this cranberry sauce.
Or until they go, we only have one roll left.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear that.
No. And I don't know about, see, we're a polite family, okay? So nobody, that's where it sits there and we all stare at it. I want that roll. But I know everybody else wants that roll, but I want that roll. Now, how do I politely get that roll without seeming like I'm greedy or something, you know? And then you look and you look and you look and you think, well, nobody else is reaching for it. I'll get it. I'll take it. You know, a couple years ago, there was a big movement afoot to have your major stores, your department stores, your big box stores and so on, made a big deal about staying open on Thanksgiving. And the concept actually makes some sense to me. There are people who don't want to watch football after the dinner. There are people who don't have a big, family gathering or something, and so they want to get an early start on Thanksgiving or on Christmas shopping. So they, the store said, well, you know what? We've always started on Black Friday. We'll have what they call Gray Thursday, I think. We'll open up on Thursday. But, of course, they got a huge amount of feedback, Biff. A lot of people said, well, yeah, but that's not right. Thanksgiving should be for families, so the employees ought to have the day off. Nobody should have to work on Thanksgiving. And then people started saying, well, nobody should even have the chance to go shopping. That's not right. And it became really controversial. Then the pandemic came along, and then it was easier to say, well, nobody's going to be open on Thanksgiving. But now that we're coming out of the pandemic, what's going to happen? Well, yesterday, Target announced that it's making its Thanksgiving Day closing permanent. It's going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day, and it's not because of the pandemic. It's not that they're going to open again in a year. They're just going to stay closed on Thanksgiving, period. Sentence is over. Now, that's the first major retailer to make this a permanent move. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if others follow suit. This Thanksgiving shopping idea just never really caught on,
Well, and all it takes is one of the major ones to do it before everybody else usually follows suit, because you don't want to be the one out of the major chains to have to make their employees go to work on Thanksgiving.
Right. Most of the big box stores are going to be closed this year. Again, Target's the only one that has said, and I'm not opening up again. We're going to stay closed, period, on Thanksgiving. Others will probably follow suit, but most of the big box stores are going to be closed on Thanksgiving. Walmart closed, Target closed, Best Buy closed, Home Depot closed on Thanksgiving. I have a long list of them here. These are national stores. Some local stores may be open, although my guess is the local folks especially will stay closed because you've got a small staff. Penny's is going to be closed. Lowe's is going to be closed. That's one that you might want to pay attention to. Some people may want to go out and get their lumber or something on Thanksgiving, but nope, can't do that. So pretty much if it's a big box store, if it sells retail products, they're going to be closed. Now, if they sell service-oriented products, CVS is going to be open. Well, except for the huge number of CVS stores that they're closing. I mean, take it as a company. CVS is going to be open. Walgreens is going to be open. Those kind of places will be open. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the dollar stores will be open, Biff, just for people who need, a quick something on Thanksgiving Day. So
Yeah, last minute
that's
grab or
always
something.
possible as well. Yeah, exactly. I tend to think of it more as Christmas than Thanksgiving, but you need batteries, or you need, just something. You had unexpected guests, and you got to run down and get some more plastic spoons or something. I don't know. But anyways, and I think this is the beginning of a trend, which may be the beginning of the end, probably, of there being any more closings, openings on Thanksgiving. It was an experiment. It was tried. There was value to it. I didn't totally disagree with it. But I think the smart thing is going to be stay closed on Thanksgiving. Let people have their turkey. And if you don't want to watch football, take a nap. Or take a nap and watch football. And then eat some more.
And then nap again.
And then nap again. It's kind of my approach to it. All right, I think we've got time. Biff, we still have a couple of turkeys in the pen, right? They're still waiting for us?
Let me check.
Yep, I can hear him. And they're getting restless once again. They don't understand that when they get restless, somebody's going to die. But anyways, so it's time to play the turkey giveaway again. 304-232-8255. I need a contestant to play. You tell us how many shots will it take for our marksman to kill the Thanksgiving turkey. And if you're correct, you win a gift card to buy your own Thanksgiving turkey. 304-232-8255, 304-232-TALK. Give me a call, and we'll give you a chance to shoot the turkey. Our Watchdog Turkey giveaway is sponsored by the Highlands, West Banco Arena, and by the Capitol Theater. So quick dial in, Biffy, let me know when we have somebody ready to go, and we will we'll play the turkey shoot once again. We've had a couple of winners, and hopefully we'll have a couple more, at least one more, not at least, we'll have one more today if we're lucky, and one or two more tomorrow before Biff and I head off to our own Thanksgiving break. So 304-232-8255 for the turkey giveaway. Anybody there yet, Biffy?
Yes, we are ready. We have Nancy.
Biffy is talking on the phone. Nancy!
Hello.
I thought we already had turkey.
Hello.
It's not my wife. Okay, all right.
No.
Nancy, good morning. How are you this morning?
Good. Very busy.
Good. How many?
How are you?
What's that?
How are you?
Well, I'm fine. I'm fine. How many shots will it take to kill our Thanksgiving turkey this time?
I'll take 3.
3? All right. Nancy says 3. Let me check with the team. Are the marksmen ready?
Ready.
Are the turkeys ready?
Ready.
All right. Let the turkeys fly. What did Nancy? What did you say, Nancy?
3, 2. No.
Yeah, that was only 2.
Yeah,
it was only
right.
No, you can't do it. See, if you had said 2 right off the bat there, I might have, because my mind doesn't work. I would have forgotten. Nope, sorry, you're wrong, but you made a good play. Thank you for it, and
Thank you.
You can try again if you would like to. All right, appreciate it. Biff, should I try somebody else or wait for Bob Westfall now?
You know what? Let's do. We can do one more. We can get one more in. I'm still waiting on Bob anyway.
Do we have somebody there?
We do. We have Lisa.
Okay. All right, Lisa, you're gonna. Boy, oh boy, you're just gonna keep on trying and trying, aren't you?
I know. I couldn't even win a TV, you know?
Well, let's see if you could at least win a turkey. How many shots will it take to kill the turkey, you think?
3.
3. All right?
Yeah.
Once again, I ask the important questions. Are the marksmen ready?
Ready.
Are the turkeys ready?
Ready.
All right, let those turkeys fly. Hey, Lisa.
I did it.
You got it. You got it at long last. After multiple tries, you have your turkey. That's wonderful. So we'll give you, yay for you. Thanks for trying so many times. And, it just goes to prove persistence pays off.
It does.
All right, you hang on the line. Biff will tell you what needs to be done to get your turkey. Thanks for trying. Thanks for playing. And we will do it again tomorrow. We've got some more turkeys to give away, so we will tomorrow, yet again, give away some turkeys here on the Watchdog Morning Show to wrap up our pre-Thanksgiving festivities. Tomorrow's our last day together before the holiday. Biff and I both are off on Thursday and Friday, so you can enjoy your holiday with turkey and football and other things, and without us. And for some people, that may be a holiday in and of itself, because we'll be gone for a couple of days. Got a couple of special programs for you for Thanksgiving. We'll be carrying. ABC News is doing a story about moving in America, which is kind of interesting. You can check into that and a few other things. I think Hoppy will have a best of show. We were going to do a best of show of my show, but, well, honestly, we couldn't find one. I kept asking around and saying, what about this show? Is that the best of? And Biff went, yeah, no, that's not going to work. And I asked the boss, I said, how about this? You think this would be best? And they said, no, it's not really best of anything. So I think we decided I don't have any best of shows. There's no such thing as the best of the morning show. We just get out and do it every day. All right, waiting for Bob Westfall from the Big Seven to join us here to see what they're working on today. I hope he calls today. Sometimes they get busy and he can't. I hope he does, because this will be our last chance to talk to him before the long holiday weekend, Biffy. So we're waiting for Bob to join us at 304-232. Oh, I'm sorry. I see a note here. I didn't even see it. Bob is waiting for us, correct?
Yes, he is.
Let's go to Bob Westfall from the Big Seven, WTRF TV. Good morning, Bob.
Oh, sorry about that, Howard.
Were you calling somebody else? Or,
the way you were talking about me, I thought I had forgotten to call in, and I was just redialing the number.
I am so sorry.
That's okay.
And it's my fault, as it always is. Biff had sent me a note. Biff said, Bob's ready. And I am an idiot.
Biff,
what do you mean you're sure it's not Biff's fault?
I know it's not Biff's fault. Howard, we talked, you know what, the day you weren't here, me and Biff talked a whole lot about you. Yeah.
Oh, I have to go try and find that tape now.
It's probably on your best of.
But I will concur with you. Biff does run the show. No matter what I may think, Biff runs the show. There's no question about that.
That particular show could be.
Sometimes I say, Biff, we're going to do this. Yeah. I say, Biff, we're going to do this. And he'll go, yeah, no, we're not. Okay. Well, then, what are we going to do, sir? What are we going to do, sir? All right, tell me what you're working on today at the Big Seven.
All right, a couple things working on. Steubenville guys light up tonight, so we'll be there live. Another community getting into the Christmas spirit. Always like that. That one's always kind of cool because it's at the fort. The Nutcrackers are always cool, so we'll be live there tonight. So we're working on that. Yeah. Again, the community's mourning another loss. Dr. Hoffreiter passed away earlier this week. We talked to Kathy Brown at Health Right. She talked to us about what a great part of the Health Right he was part of. Got that news. We'll put that out there. What else are we working on today?
He was a great guy.
Oh yeah. He was all around. I just, words just can't describe. I mean, he's just really involved in the community, taking care of people that may not be able to take care of themselves. So, it's a huge loss for a lot of people. So we did talk to her yesterday, did a nice piece. Hyde County Board of Education gave the go-ahead to continue the mask mandate through the first of the year. They decided that last night at the Board of Education meeting, so we've got that today. So that continues. And of course, we're continuing following up on the 3-year-old that died in Jefferson County, shot in the chest. The mom was arrested. I think they are still looking for the suspect in that case. So we'll continue to follow that today. It's a sad story, another heartbreak story that we're following too. So those are some of the bigger things we're working on. Of course, Scotty will be following the sports, a lot going on there. High school playoffs, Central's the only team we've got left in the area in the playoffs. So they've got a game coming up on Saturday. Weather, another round of cold weather coming, so a little bit of rain on Thanksgiving. So Aaron and Zach will be watching that. So those are some of the bigger stories we're working on today.
All right, we'll be looking for it all at noon, 5, 6, 10, 11, 5:30 statewide show. You can check it out at WTRF.com, the award-winning website. And easiest thing to do is take Channel 7 in your pocket with you with their news app and their Storm Tracker 7 app. Put those two apps together, put them on your phone, take them with you. You got all the news you need right there at your fingertips. So that's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
Bob, tomorrow's our usual day off for you and I, and then Biff and I are off on Thursday and Friday. So I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy your holiday. I'm trying to be nice and wish you happy Thanksgiving, and then still get the shots. I still get the shots.
I'm working Thanksgiving. So.
Have a good Thanksgiving to you and your family, and to all of the team at the Big 7. Have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you again on Monday.
Happy Thanksgiving, Brenda.
All right, Brenda. Same to you. Same to everybody over there. Well, almost everybody. No, everybody over there.
Oh my goodness.
All right, we'll talk to you guys on Monday. Thanks a lot. Have a good holiday. Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Brother Biff, I think it's time for me to say sayonara, see ya, goodbye. I got to get out of here. Kercheval has the calm coming up next. He's got a number of things to talk about today. That's straight ahead. And, well, as always for me, good Lord willing, creeks don't rise, the bat phone doesn't ring, and don't get impeached, and don't retire. Ticker keeps on ticking. And the most important thing is that Teddy says, it's all right, you can go back to work tomorrow, Granddad. Well, also that the people installing our new countertop don't do something bad in our kitchen and I get mad. Get into a fight. All that considered, I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock to go over to the big gig. Are you back with me, Brother Biff?
I am here for a Wednesday.
All right, it's our last day before the holiday. We'll just keep on doing it until we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed.
Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News.
All right, Biffy. Don't have a lot for tomorrow. We'll find some Thanksgiving stuff. We'll give a turkey away, and I don't think I have any guests scheduled. I might come up with somebody, but I'm not going to get too serious tomorrow. So unless there's really big news, I probably won't do anything on the news front. We'll just do something goofy, kind of like every day anymore. Right. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I just want to make sure we've got ones that we can use, and if not, I'll get new ones cut, and so we can start running them next week sometime. Okay, sounds good. Okay, that's kind of a your call sort of thing. If you think you can edit it out without it being a problem, then we can do that. Let's listen and see what we've got. Let's see what the issue is first, and then we'll work from there. Okay, sounds good. I don't know actually what the hell I'm going to do today, because they're going to be working in my house with this. They're going to bring in saws and laminate and quartz countertops, and I'm actually thinking I may leave and come down to the office just to get away from everybody. So, because I'm not sure I want to be here for all this stuff, but we'll see. One way or another, I'm around if anybody needs me for anything. Otherwise, I will talk to you tomorrow for our final day before the holiday. All right. Thanks for your help, as always. I very much appreciate it. All right. Bye.
The fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer WetJet, the faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
I'm Dr. Baker, an ER physician. If you're having leg pain, swelling, or redness, but haven't talked to your doctor yet, don't wait. This could be deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot which could travel to your lungs and lead to a pulmonary embolism, which could cause chest pain or discomfort or difficulty breathing and be deadly. Your symptoms could mean something serious, so don't wait. Talk to a doctor right away, by phone, online, or in person.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
With COVID cases surging across Europe, health ministers are meeting today.
The European Union's health commissioner saying health ministers will discuss the possibility of imposing new travel restrictions. They also plan to talk about the EU COVID pass and whether it should include information on boosters, with some member countries insisting a third dose should be required to travel. Any recommendation will be non-binding. It'll ultimately be up to individual countries to decide what to do. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News, Paris.
The U.S. Army now says soldiers who fail to get their COVID shots by December 15th and the deadline then will not be booted from the service, but they will not be able to advance either. No promotions, and they won't be allowed to re-enlist. NASA tonight getting ready to take a shot at an asteroid. It's a test of an idea that if an asteroid did threaten the Earth, we could hit it hard with an unmanned craft and knock it off course. ABC's Megan Tavrizian.
The asteroid, which is about 6 million miles away, poses no threat to the planet, and its predictable orbit around a larger neighboring asteroid makes it the ideal setting for scientists to study the effectiveness of the impact. The rocket won't reach its destination for at least 10 months, but for now, all focus is on liftoff. Scientists say they have a launch window of only 1 second. Otherwise, they'll have to wait another 24 hours for the next opportunity.
The launch is set for a little after 1 in the morning Eastern.